Alright. This is segment 4, scene 4, where Charles I invades Parliament. And right now, he is talking to a noble prisoner who he arrested because Charles figures that if he can arrest or execute all the power, then he will gain all the power. Why do you think you're getting arrested? Because I broke the law? No, because I feel like it to gain power. That's not fair at all. Wah ha 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 ha. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to set up 2 armies, which will be one from Charles, who had 500 soldiers to attempt to invade the House of Commons, and the other will have however many I feel like, and and they'll be there, they'll be there because the radicals fled but raised an army to try to kill Charles when he tried to find them. So just give me a second here and then I'll get them sorted out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so the numbers are going to be, Charles will have double the amount that the radicals have. Oh, hang on. There. His bow fell out. Alright, now, bear with me. Just gotta set them up now. And of course, right, this is the part where things go wrong. Yes. Oh, no. Alright, never mind. It won't be quite double to 1. Because I say so. You have no say in the matter. And if you do, well, that's your problem. Because I just want to keep this thing going without having to fix any major sort of catastrophes, I guess you could call it. No! Well, this isn't exactly helping. Okay, you know what? He's sitting down, just because. So frustrating. Okay, I'm just gonna sit them down. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. You know what? He'll have no weapon. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought I broke it. And I think I'll just zoom in if you're truly interested. Okay. So, we have two armies now. Okay. Let's do it. So at this point, the radicals fled. I'm not 100% sure why, but they did. And Charles is leading his army to attack this army, which is from the House of Commons. Okay, here we go. Where are your leaders? Nowhere, but we will fight back to the death. So be it. And then the two armies go at it, but I can't exactly do that with only two hands, so you'll have to imagine both of them going at it and Charles being successful in taking it over. Okay, so that was scene 4, the invasion of Parliament by Charles I. Okay, now what we're gonna do. Scene 5, the Civil War, and there's not much to videotape here, but at this point, nor Parliament or Charles had armies, so they both had to raise them or buy them. Charles, on the other hand, had trained warriors, royalists, who fought on horseback and trained with sword every day. Whereas Parliament's army, we'll say this is Parliament, had to get mercenaries and militia from villages to fight for them because they didn't really have anybody who was supporting them who was good fighters. However, Parliament did control the navy and London. So that gave them the advantage because Charles's army wouldn't be able to get supplies from the from the seas. So Parliament would have the advantage by owning the navy. And then I don't know what's so glorious about owning London. I mean, the only thing special about it is a tall clock tower. That's exciting. But anyway, and that whole long explanation was scene 5, the English Civil War. Now we'll be moving on to scene 6, the New Model Army, which is where Parliament decides to form an alliance with the Scots, and Oliver Cromwell, who was a Puritan at the time, led his army of Roundheads, called that because of their haircuts, to fight against the Royalists, or Charles's nobles, at Marston Moor and Naseby in 1644. So, if I can just get grab a second here. I'll just stand up a figure to represent Cromwell. And put in another soldier for the sake of it. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now, Cromwell, in this scenario, is going to be motivating the army, excuse me, to, who is outnumbered, to fight against Charles and his royalists. Okay. They are trying to force you to turn to their religious views and pay taxes for no apparent reason. And for what? Just so that King Charles can have his fill of money and greed and women? I will not stand for this. You will not stand for this. Your country will not stand for this. So, we will march out on them with pride and honor and aggression, and we will strike fear into the hearts of Charles's nobles. So after a little bit of fighting, which once again I will not do, Charles sees that they are losing and says, or it doesn't say, but he runs away to the north, to Scotland, where in time he is captured a prisoner and put on trial, but we'll get there. Then Cromwell says to the army, "We got him on the run, boys. First round's on me tonight." Yeah! Right. So, that was Scene 6, still Segment 4, the New Model Army. So now, oops, hang on, what's going on? Oh, there we go, okay. Now, into Scene 7, which is the Rump Parliament, who had half of them believed that Charles should be put on trial for so-called treason, which has slight awkwardness / irony / strangeness / what the heck's going on ishness, because the definition of treason is a act of overthrowing the king. So what they're saying is that Charles, being the very smart guy he is, tried to overthrow himself, apparently. And so, with that being said, the Rump Parliament decided to put him on trial for treason. So let me just set it up here. Oh, stand up. Don't be mean. Thank you. Or sit down, depending how you want to look at it. Alright. Here's my makeshift Rump Parliament. And here we go. Scene 7, Rump Parliament. I believe we should put the king on trial. No, we should keep him in office. All those in favor of putting him on trial? All those in favor of keeping him in office? Trial it is. Alright, that was Scene 7, Rump Parliament, where they decide to put Charles on on trial for, like I said, treason. So let's just, there we go. Alright. So now, what happens is Charles was found guilty, and one sec. Charles was found guilty and executed. Okay, there. That is the execution of Charles I. So now, you can look in the history books. You know what it'll say? It'll say Charles I died in 1649 in the house of Joshua Alexander by his Lego. That's what you could say. Alright, so now, scene 9. The Lord Protector, Oliver Cromwell. He lost patience with the Rump Parliament, and he also... No, actually, you know what? Okay, that was segment 4. Scene 8, and I'm gonna end it there for now.